This dance is a prayer for the earth and therefore a prayer for women. This is a call for women to know and believe in the holiness of their bodies, the sacredness of their dance, and the power of their voice. My prayer is a calling for the women to return to the temple. The temple dancers dedicated their lives to cultivating and channeling their inner power through dance, prayer, and healing in order to uplift humanity. For more than 2,000 years across the entire continent of Asia and beyond, these priestesses played a role in society that is now virtually extinct. I remember the moment I first experienced ecstasy through dance. I was about 9 or 10 years old when a family friend demonstrated Sufi whirling. Immediately I began to imitate her movement, spinning and spiraling, sometimes falling to the ground. Sufi masters might say that this sort of ecstasy is simply a natural state we need only to remember. A state that children easily access, but that as we grow, we slowly forget. Perhaps it was this sweet moment from childhood which planted the first seeds of a journey that has called me to explore this meeting point where ecstasy meets human form through dance across many worlds. The holistic dance language, it's about accessing the truth in our body, retrieving information from the past, but also interpreting that for today's world. In the ancient world, there were temple dancers and priestesses whose lives were dedicated to uplifting humanity. There is no role like that in today's mainstream culture. We are often conditioned to numb ourselves and to repress our feelings. When we move the body and we allow that movement to shake things up inside, it's unbelievable what people remember. It's unbelievable the potential we have to heal. As I began to focus more on working with women, a simple truth came to light. An empowered woman is able to draw upon different energies as needed. The realization came to me that dance is one of the most important ways we have to connect with our hidden gifts and forgotten powers through the untapped potential within our bodies.
I saw Zola performing in the Sufi festival in Israel like 2 or 3 years ago. I felt her devotion, in her dance. I could feel it and I could see it and I connected so much with it.
Actually, I was coming here with no expectations, not really knowing what this would be. It was the first time I was choosing something that wasn't a teacher training or had a direct result, but I was just trusting something inside. That felt quite scary, actually, to be following something just from the core of a heart.
When I met with Zola first time in India, she was already traveling many years and studying with many different masters. I felt I should invite her to Turkey to have her workshop. It was such a strong and deep Sufi woman sharing. I will never forget in my life.
There are so many cultures where women are not encouraged to express themselves fully, and that's really a deep understatement.
It's our birthright to be able to celebrate our bodies and our beauty, and we should not hide it. So I was really called to get Zola to come here to Egypt, because we've been taught for so many years, not just us, like all our mothers and our grandmothers, that we should lower our voice, we should not be dancing, we should not be laughing. This sort of teaching at least liberates us, gives us a space to express.
Contemporary needs of women in today's world require a new language and a new way of being, because we have problems in this world that also didn't exist in the ancient world. Western women are considered to be not repressed, but in my experience, Western women are also deeply repressed and deeply conditioned not to let out their subtle sounds, their intuitive power. And the question is how to get back in touch. My deepest mission is to go to the root of why women aren't fully expressing themselves.
One of the gifts of this program is the deep level of vulnerability that we created space for, where women were able to open up about pains and traumas that went very deep in their lives that they had not been able to express to others, even the people who were closest to them.
The other thing it's opening up for me, I would say, is my sexual energy and releasing my shame around that, embracing that part of myself and using that energy to heal myself.
The exercises of really connecting with my womb and opening it up to my chest of my heart. This movement, I think, is really important, that we connect our hearts with our womb. I feel this is where our power lies as women.
This holistic dance language practices also contains a very deep physical language where we work very hard. And on the other end of that, we also remember stillness and quiet and a deep introspection. We develop our intuition through freestyle exploration, but we also cultivate discipline through strong daily practices. Through this discipline, we become more free. For me, one of the most beautiful things I can see is a woman who doesn't care what other people think. If she's dancing or singing, it's just about to allow that out. When we start to do the practices of this work, our concept of beauty changes. And slowly this breaking down of this conditioning, it just releases the wild animal. When an embodied woman is present, the sky opens.
I started with singing circus, but I wasn't able to create my own music, my own songs. I had a big blockage, like the door was really closed. And coming here 2 weeks into the program, it just felt like all channels were opening up and I started creating my own music.
This quality awakened in me through Zola that is unstoppable now. I can't, everything I'm doing is just a dance, so I feel so grateful for that.
This work is a call for every woman in every age, everywhere in the world, to reconnect with their sacred bodies and the sacred body of the earth.
I personally feel like language is a barrier, but it's always, when it comes to music and dancing, it's a language that you can talk to anyone. What I learn here is what I would like, if I would have a daughter, she would learn that. All women should have access to them.
A woman dancing expressing herself, singing. This is one of the most divine acts we can witness as a human race, and humanity needs to remember this deeply.